Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Social Media and AI Shortcuts. I'm Madalyn Sklar. We've got exciting updates. We always do. Uh, some interesting things I want to discuss with y'all today. Y'all may remember Gemini 2.5 Flash, the Nano Banana. They got some really cool features. I've been playing around with it some more. I want to show y'all. And some really awesome updates from YouTube that are going to be really great for creators. They're still being rolled out. I don't have them all yet, but they all look really interesting. We're going to look at some of those. Plus, I want to share some cool, helpful AI tips. So if you're new here, I'm Madalyn. Welcome. I help content creators, marketers, entrepreneurs, anyone that's looking to get more done in less time when it comes to social media and AI. I'm just trying to bring those shortcuts to just make things easier for you, just so that we're not overloaded. We're just so overloaded, and I'm just trying to change that. So we got lots to talk about today. We always do. Let me bring up our awesome panelists that are here with us today.
Mm.
We got the gals with us. The guys aren't here yet, but it's the gals. How are you doing?
Girl
They're
power.
missing out. That's right. They're missing
Yeah,
out.
girl power.
Girl power.
Love it.
Yes. Yes. I'm so excited to hear about YouTube, by the way. I know we ran out of time last week.
Yeah, there wasn't
Yeah.
So,
time.
yes. Yes, yes, yes. So,
It's
I'm here for
interesting.
it.
There's so many new features. They're still being rolled out. I don't have them all yet. And some look real. I mean, we're not going to be able to go through them all, but I'm going to show you some of the ones that I think are really good for creators. But I also have links to all the videos of all the different information on this over on our school platform. I
Perfect.
showed it briefly last week because, that's where we're able to continue the discussions from here. So for those that are watching, if you've not come, go to school.com/Madalyn Sklar. Let me show y'all real quick to get an idea. It's a community. It's
Mhm.
where we continue these discussions, and it's great. So I love the platform. I absolutely love school. They keep adding features. I know Barb had a DM that they just did the Q. Oh, no, that's StreamYard. I'm getting them
Dreamer.
mixed up. I'm always paying so close attention to the newest features with StreamYard and school. So, but school, one thing I'm really excited that they just did with the new live stream feature. If we were live streaming directly on the school platform, um, when it first came out a few weeks ago, I can record it. You don't have to record it, but if you do record it, you'd have to download the video afterwards and then upload it into a post if you wanted to share it for the replay. And now I understand that they've automated that, so you don't have to do the download upload, and
Oh, good.
that's great. That's a great,
Yes.
excellent feature. And they just keep adding the features. They're working on really expanding analytics over there. So when you are hosting a community on the platform, you'll be able to get all kinds of great analytics that can be very helpful to see where are people coming from, and if they're signing up for any of your programs. And then also coming soon is going to be the subscription tiers. I'm just so what I do every week on their when School News does their I watch the replay on their YouTube. And what I do every week, I go into the comments. I'm like, I cannot wait for the subscription tiers. I just want them to know. I mean, they already know I want
There
that.
is interest. Yes.
But I just like putting that reminder out there. So and they always like my comment every week when I do that. But I just can't wait. They're supposed to be coming out later next month. So
Well, Madeline, can I just clarify about the live stream into school? So, we as a group right here, a couple of weeks ago, we went from this particular conversation directly into school.
mhm.
But unless the members of the community of school were there at that very moment, they wouldn't see it
Right.
later. But now it will live on that platform like Facebook used to do. But
If you record it, the thing
if you
is
record it,
optional to record. So we were just doing a test,
right.
and it wasn't recorded. Now, if you record, and what I like about it is that for me as the host, I can start a live stream, whether it's impromptu or scheduled, and maybe in the beginning it's like, hey, let's just hang out and shoot the breeze for a bit, and then if we're doing a program, then maybe at a specific time, okay, now I'm gonna hit the record button, we're officially doing the thing.
Uh-huh.
And then even afterwards, I'm going to stop recording, but we're going to still hang it. Like there's so many different ways to do this, but
Right.
you don't have to record if you don't want, but you can. I love the flexibility. That's the bottom line.
Right. Well,
You're gonna
it's
love
just because if I have a community on school and I go live, I don't expect everyone to just show up. I like the live to stay there so that the members can
Right.
appreciate it later. So that's key to me. The whole download and upload thing kind of had me a little like an
A
extra
lot of work.
step that I don't really need in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot of extra work, and so that's why I think this is so
Yeah.
great that,
Yeah, I like it.
eliminating all the extra and I think they realized that pretty quickly at school. It just sounded like they wanted to just go ahead and get the live stream feature out, which they did a few weeks ago, and now they're just making it even better.
Improving it. Yes.
Yeah, and if anybody here is interested in starting your own school community, I love this platform. I think this is what I've been using this platform for years now, and I highly recommend it. That if you go, here's my link, the tiny URL / Madalyn School. It takes you to this page where it shows you some examples of different schools and how like this guy has a pickleball. That pickleball school is the name of his. He's earning $32,000 a month because he's doing it as a paid membership.
Wow.
Now I'm doing my social media and AI shortcuts as a free, I'm not charging, but you've got, different people using this for different things. And a lot of people use this as a paid subscription. They're earning a like this guy, AI with Jack is the name of his, $85,000 a month. He's charging a monthly subscription to be a member. And I love that. I think that's great. And so it's very affordable now. The thing about school, like a lot of these other platforms for a good long while, is that it was just the $99 a month plan. Like that there were no choices.
Mhm.
It you can join people's communities, and it could be a free community or a paid community. That's up to the creator of the community. But to actually start your own, I always felt like, $99 a month, that's a commitment. And
Yeah.
a
Mhm.
lot of people used it. It's been a very popular platform. I've been on it for a very long time, so I've watched it grow. It was way smaller when I got on there about 3 years ago. But now that they have this newer tier they've added, the $9 a month, and calling it the hobby plan, I just love that they did that because they're offering basically almost everything as you
Hmm.
get on the 99 plan. Here's the thing, the only thing you don't get that's why this is such a deal. On the $9 a month plan, the only thing is if you're gonna charge, let's say you wanna do this as a membership and charge, or you wanna have a free school community, but you want to have paid courses, you can do that too in there. Your credit card transaction fee normally on the $99 a month plan is the typical 2.9% transaction fee, which is just common all over the place. The thing is about school, they don't keep it. It is strictly just the credit card processing through Stripe. They're not adding a fee on top of that. A lot of the other platforms do. Patreon does it. I think Circle, a lot of the others do it. But if you're doing the $9 a month plan, it's a 10% transaction fee. So if you're going to have a community that you're not charging a fee for, you don't really need to worry about transaction fees. To me, that's like a no-brainer. Do the $9 a month, start a community, because if the different, but then if you're charging and it's like to you there's a big difference between 2.9 transaction fee versus 10, then you can always upgrade. You can always start the $9 plan and upgrade up to the 99. And then the other very minor things is this hide suggested communities. That just means that if you have a free community, I mean, you're paying for the $9 a month community, you're at the lowest tier, is on the right sidebar when people are in your community, it'll like just recommend other communities for your members. Um, and if you're on the $99 a month plan, it doesn't offer that. So it's just these suggested communities. Another thing is the custom URL. So when you do the $99 a month plan, you have the ability to have a custom URL, just like mine. Let me bring it back up again. Oh, this is weird. It's not letting me. Oh. StreamYard's not letting me click on the,
Oh,
I can't click on the banner. What's going on? It's not letting me click. Okay, no. Wow. StreamYard is not letting me click on things. It's letting me do the comments.
glitchy.
What is
That's
going
okay. All these platforms, they all have their own thing going on at
What?
different times.
Well,
mean,
it could be their implementation of the QR code.
They're upgrading some stuff, so maybe it's
Yeah,
messing with
it's
stuff. Yeah, it's
today and today
overwhelmed.
only. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
knows?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the school thing is so interesting to me because I am paying for my blue check mark and for my community, Gratitude Unleashed, on the X platform, but the community does not work as smoothly as it does in school.
Mhm.
But I'm paying the same amount over on X
Interesting.
without having control over it as much.
Very
So
interesting.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do because I am paying that out of my pocket in order to help the community stay together. That's the only way I can be the admin and preserve the community on X.
But the other thing is, Maria, is that you can't, an email is sent, you control, but you can send an email to your
Right.
people in either the
Yeah.
$9 or $99 group. So that's real important, is
Right.
being able to alert them. And on X, we can, if they get our tweet or not, it's
Right.
anybody's
Right.
guess.
Right.
The only way the members get notified is if I open a space, then they get a notification. So I've gotten in the habit of doing like a little
Wow.
mini 5-minute catch up
Yeah.
space so they know. And then I tell them what's happening this week kind of thing. But it's
Mm.
my voice alerting them. And
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah. So I promise though, for anybody watching, if I do develop a community somehow on the school platform, I won't email you a lot because I don't like that.
Well,
Personally.
They
And I know
they
Madalyn's
don't
really
let you.
good.
They
But
don't let you do it.
That's
Yeah.
the beauty of school. So one of the things I love about school
Right.
is that you can do, the email blast. It goes to everybody because you get the emails when they sign up.
Right.
Unlike social media communities,
Mhm.
does
Yeah.
Facebook groups let you have the emails of all your
No.
members? No. Does X? No. You get that on school. Sometimes
Right.
you get what you pay for. $9 a month or $99 a month, you're getting a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm able to click on the banner now. So this is the custom URL because I'm paying $99 a month for social media and AI shortcuts versus the $9 a month. I can just say, go to school.com/Madalyn Sklar.
Right.
If let's say I downgrade to the $9 a month plan, then I'm not going to have the custom URL. It's just going to be the auto-generated
I know
thing.
you told me that, but you know what? That person I told you about that got
Mhm.
downgraded he's still at the $9.
And I
Let's
get it.
talk about it later.
Yeah, but I, as I
So
said
it
last
doesn't
time,
work.
I directly DM Sam Ovens, the founder, the guy running
Mhm.
school, and he told me himself because I asked that question because before we had that conversation, I was curious if I
Yeah.
downgrade because I'm not charging anything. I don't have any classes on there yet, so I don't need to worry about the transaction fee. So maybe I should downgrade. But I'm thinking, but I have this great URL. I don't want to give it up, and I was more worried like if I downgrade it even just for a little bit. If I upgrade back, am I going to lose the
Mhm.
URL?
Yeah.
He said, because he says it will revert to the whatever it was when you first joined and the generic one. And he said, if you upgrade again, if it's available, well, it's Madalyn Sklar. Nobody's going to have school.com/Madalyn Sklar. I'd be very surprised. There's no need for somebody to do that. So I know I'd be able to get it, but I still want to be able to come on here and say, hey, everybody, just go to school.com/Madalyn Sklar. That's a heck of a lot easier than giving out something more generic.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's move on because we got all kinds of things I want to talk about with y'all today. So y'all know several times here I've talked about that what they call nano banana, such a funny name, the Gemini
Yeah.
2.5 Flash, and it's really cool. I played around with it quite a bit. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all something that I've been having. So I know several weeks back I showed y'all how I took like just this one headshot photo and had it just make me all kinds of cool
Right.
backgrounds.
Your
And
shirt changed, your
yeah,
tattoos changed.
I've had
Yes.
to do all kinds of things. So
Yeah.
this was one I did a few weeks ago where it's a promo tweet I did a few weeks ago for this live stream. I'm like, hey, it's live stream day, social media AI shortcuts, blah blah blah, and I'm just like using like taking this one headshot, and it's like having it make all these different backgrounds, changing my shirt, doing so with this one is leaving my shirt as is, but just putting a cool background. And I love the glow it did, but the outline of me glowing, and
Mm.
it took seconds to make this. And I'm just so blown away at how easy this Gemini Nano Banana is. Funny because it's officially Gemini, um, which has been, their AI thing they've had for a while, but it was codenamed Nano Banana when they were working on it. And it's when it got released, yeah, I guess you had all the people that were testing it before it went live, and they just kept saying Nano Banana all the time. So it seems like that kind of stuck, because I noticed when it officially came out and we all had access, I could see Google was trying to like Gemini 2.5 Flash, and more like in parentheses, Nano Banana. But all the creators and people talking about were like Nano Banana, So it seems like it's Nano Banana now.
Okay, is there a banana costume that people put on their pictures?
You
I'm
know,
just like,
when I was first
it's like a
testing
big
it,
banana Halloween costume or
when I
something.
was yeah, I actually have seen people do that, and when I
Yeah,
was first testing it and I was showing y'all here, in my example I did live in my demo, I was just doing the banana thing. I
yeah.
was doing the whole make it, like a banana superhero, and it was just really cool. But yeah, I wanna show y'all some, because it's just this whole visual thing with how it can do AI images way better than ChatGPT. Like I've always been frustrated with ChatGPT image creation. It just doesn't work well. And I'm hoping that, I know they're all in competition with each other. This Gemini Nano Banana is so much better than ChatGPT and way faster, that I'm hoping that ChatGPT will be like, OpenAI will go, oh, we got to make ours better. It's like this, almost like a pissing contest, right? They keep
Right.
going back and forth, like who's better, who's better.
What's your opinion compared to Grok?
I don't really care for Grok all that much. Grok is good for real time information, I think. But I don't know, when it first came out, it had so much attitude, which I wasn't surprised, and I didn't ever really connected with it all that much. I know lots of
Hmm.
people love it, and one of the things I love about Magi is that you get them all.
Right.
So, if for an all-in-one, you'll have access to it there, but honestly, I don't really go into X and play with Grok directly. Do you? Do
Hmm.
you? I know you like it, right? Because 'Cause you've talked about it before.
I do for information, not for creativity, not for designing images like you're doing in Gemini. But yeah, for information, Grok has been pretty good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah.
I don't play with the AI, with the creative, artistic stuff part of it. I know a lot of people love that. I'm a photographer, so I kind of like my photos.
Of
So,
course.
yeah, so I don't know. It's just, yeah, the creative arts part of it, I don't indulge in right now yet.
Yeah. And honestly, I didn't do the image generation stuff much because I always thought ChatGPT sucked at it. And it's like, so I just still use Canva. But then I've shown
Yes.
y'all, several months back, I showed y'all this new thing I was doing for my YouTube thumbnails, where I had this whole process I came up with Canva, vidIQ, and I still do that quite a bit. But with this Gemini Nano Banana, I've been actually like, let me see what Nano Banana comes up with. And
Right.
there's been some times where that's been better, but I'm finding that I haven't found like one, just using one.
The sweet spot.
I
Yeah.
I'm having to kind of do them all to see who
Yeah.
gives me the better, because vidIQ can be hit or miss. I think I know I talked about this here before, where with vidIQ, it's a tool that can do a gazillion things, all kinds of things if you're into YouTube, right? Content creation on YouTube. But I never really thought I needed that tool. But then when I heard that how well it helps with thumbnails, YouTube thumbnails, and I did like a free trial or something, and then I got a thing where it's like for like $10 a month, I'm like, okay, it's still hit or miss with me, but sometimes it gives me something perfect or something close enough. And if it's close enough, I remember showing this to y'all here. It was like this whole crazy thing I was doing. And then I take that, put it into Canva. And Canva, if you're doing the paid account, you get that magic edit
Hmm.
feature with like all these cool like magic AI things. Not the kind where you type, because I don't like their whole prompt thing, because I can't get that to work well on me. But just the fact that you can go in and I can take something that vidIQ created, But let's say I want the text to be big. vidIQ is bad about the text size. They make everything too small with text. I want big text because big and bold is what stands out on a YouTube thumbnail. So I'll see something really good, but the text sucks. So I take that, download it, go over to Canva, go into the Magic Edit, and you can go in there and I can adjust the text. And also if I'm doing Gemini, the Banana, they put the watermark at the bottom right, their little logo. And it's not that bad or too big, but I can go take that. Sometimes if Gemini does a really good one, download it, I go into Canva, I go into the Magic Edit, and I remove it. It's like literally one click and you can remove something off of it. And I'm like, oh, good, the watermark's gone. So it's just figuring out like what's a good workflow. And I feel like when it comes to thumbnails, from my 2 YouTube accounts, I've got like a whole arsenal of tools, and it's just seeing, what's working best for what I'm trying to do in that moment.
Yeah.
So
I can't even tell you how fun this is to have a conversation with you about all this stuff all the time, because you're so good at hopping around and testing. I love to do that too, but it depends who I'm talking to. Sometimes they can think I'm kind of crazy for like testing all these little things. And then I go here and then I go there. And they're like, what the heck are you doing?
But that's
it
just
works.
That's very
it works and it's fun.
I think what sets me apart from so many others that do things similar to me is that I actually go do this. I don't just, I read this article or I watched this video or I went to a webinar and let me teach y'all what I learned. No, I actually go and do it first.
Yeah.
And then talk about it, because now I really know. I go into the trenches, and I've always been that way.
Love that. Yeah.
And so, but let me show y'all, because
hi, Bez.
Cool. Hi, Bez. Let me show y'all. So over on the Google Gemini app X account, they have this great example of merging photos to, let me just play this because this is really cool. There's no sound with it, but it's going to take 2 separate images, give it a prompt. Okay, so it's just like taking two ladies there, putting in this prompt. And you want me here? I can read this. Oh. Did I press the wrong button? I pressed the wrong button. Okay. So the prompt is generate a 4K ultra realistic motion blurred instant camera image featuring the people from the reference images. So it clicked off those 2 people posed together. Preserve their facial features at a gentle blur and keep the lighting uniform against a soft white curtain backdrop for a warm, candid film style effect. Do not change their faces at all. One of the things I love about Gemini is that it does not change when you send it photos to do something, it doesn't adjust it. ChatGPT will always mess up facial features and other features every single time. And it's one of my biggest frustrations. So let me continue playing this so you can see how it generates this, because it's really cool. It's so quick. Look how cool that is. Isn't that neat? Like, it just took those the banana. That's the logo they always put in the corner. So I just think that's really.
There's the banana.
Yeah, did the banana.
And that's Gemini.
Yeah.
And that Gemini is available in Magi.
It's available in Magi. I don't know if it can do the whole nano banana thing, all these new features. I've done it directly inside of Gemini. Let me pull up Gemini real quick and show y'all. So that's a good question that I don't know. But when you're in,
it's Dustin, right?
Yeah, Dustin.
With
Magi.
We'll get him back here.
If you go to Gemini, first of all, it's free to use. You can upgrade to a paid, just like they all have upgrade to paid. But Gemini.google.com is a Google product, just like Notebook LM is also a Google. I mean, I tell you, Google has some really great AI stuff going on. But I would suggest make some time, go to Gemini.google.com on desktop, or you can do the Gemini app on your phone. They both work great. And you can do like what we just saw that example of, upload a couple of images and give it that prompt. One thing I've noticed with Gemini, and I'm thinking this because it's still pretty new, is that if I just keep adjusting, talking to it, and then it gets to a point like it hits a wall, like you overloaded its brain. And what I found is once it starts messing up, which it can sometimes be maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 prompts in, like going back and forth, maybe I want to refine something a bit. After a while, it just doesn't do it right. And I'll keep saying, no, that's not what I said. And it'll just keep giving me the same thing. So I just found that it's best to stop and start over. If it gave me something that I want to continue with, I'll download that and then start a new one and say, okay, take this, but then do this or do that. It just sometimes takes a little trial and error, but I think it's because it's so new. But I want to show you, there's a couple of other great examples, 2 really good ones that you can also do with this. So I just recommend, we don't have time to do a super big demo, but I've done demos here before. You can always go back to previous replays over on my YouTube channel at Madalyn Sklar. But I wanted to show a couple more cool examples of things it can do. And this is just a recent post on their X account, so you can always find this. And I'll put links to everything we're watching today in my YouTube description. But here's another one with, let me make these bigger so I can show you. So this is going to be image editing just got bananas. Instantly change your background, combine creative elements, make specific edits and more. The only limit is your imagination. So this is 6 seconds with no audio, but just watch this. It's cool. They're taking 2 cool photos and merging it into something really cool. I think that's really neat. I mean, I know not everybody likes stuff like that, but it's just showing the creativity. And then this other thing is really cool, is real-time visual guidance. Here's what's interesting. ChatGPT does this, but only on the paid account. On mobile, on the paid, I'm on the $20 a month ChatGPT, the Plus, so I can do stuff like this. On Gemini, you can do it for free. I already tested it. I have a free account with my Gemini, and I ran through this whole thing, and it works fine. So basically, on the mobile app, you share your camera with Gemini. You can get on there and talk to it just like ChatGPT. You turn the camera on, and you can highlight something, and you can talk to it and have it, like let me place from the beginning. So let me slow it down. Share your camera with Gemini and get the visual guidance you need to get things done in real time. So it's pointing to a toolbox and to show it like in real time, pointing the camera, turning on the video camera, pointing the toolbox. Which one of these is a ratchet wrench? So this can come really helpful for some of us. Like, I don't even know what kind of wrench. I don't know what's what. And so Gemini comes back and says, the one on the right is a ratchet, and it even highlights it. Look at that.
Huh.
Isn't that cool? So I love that this is available on a free Gemini account, whereas with ChatGPT, you got to be on a paid account to do that. And some of y'all may remember when I did a demo of the ChatGPT one when it was newer, because I was so excited when that feature came out. And I did a demo here showing, like, I turned it on, I was talking to it, and then I turned the camera on, I pointed at my shirt and asked it to describe my shirt. Some of y'all may remember that, because it was incredible. I know, like, freaked people out, like, oh my God, I can't believe it can see what you're doing. But I pointed it, I was wearing a shirt with this cool design. And first I asked it, what color is my shirt? It says it's gray. I said, can you see the design? And at first it goes, I can't really. And I'm doing this live in a demo here. I have the replay of just that segment on my YouTube channel also, if anybody wants to go find it. Actually, I'll go find it and play it real quick. It is so cool. But now you don't have to be on a paid account, and you can do the same thing over in Gemini. So I think that's really cool.
And it can identify things, because I could see that being helpful, like in a forest, and seeing the trees and say, which one of these trees is an oak tree?
It can be helpful.
And it can, yes, it's seeing what I'm seeing. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see that being helpful in a lot of different ways. So, okay, here, I found it. Let me play. I love this. I think I've even played the replay on here a few times, because it's just so cool. And I don't know, maybe I'm just dorky and I just find this stuff fun. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna play this for you, because it's just neat. And I guess what I love so much about all this is just the technology. It's amazing. It's amazing that I can, with my ChatGPT or now with Gemini, Let me give you an example. So recently, I'm driving, and some kind of light came on the dash. I'm like, what does this mean? And normally, what you do, you go find your manual or you look it up online. I just turned on ChatGPT, pointed at the camera on there. I said, Chat, what does this mean? I told it what kind of car I had, and it told me like what the light was for. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like now I know. It There's so many different ways you could utilize something like that. So, but let me show y'all because this was so fun. Hey everybody, it's Madalyn Sklar. We are alive. How are you today? I'm doing an experiment. I'm just testing out this new idea I have for my social media shortcuts as a live stream. So I just want to play around with this for a little bit. The full program of this will be tomorrow on our usual Thursday, 1 o'clock Eastern for social media shortcuts. We're experimenting with doing this as a live stream instead of spaces, and also being able to go beyond X. So like right now, I'm broadcasting on X and on YouTube. So
Madalyn,
there we
I'm
go.
doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm good. I'm still live streaming. I know I bothered you a little while ago, but I'm live and I'm back with them again. Say hi to all my friends in the live stream.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with you all. Hope you're having a wonderful time on the live stream.
I hope they are too. They're staying, so I imagine they're enjoying it. Okay, so I'm going to turn my camera on. I want to play with this new feature because I love it. It's so cool. So you can see me, right?
Yes, I can see you. What would you like to do with this feature?
So what's hanging around my neck right now?
It looks like you have a pair of headphones around your neck.
I
Are
d-
those the ones you use for your live streams?
Yeah, because I'm live streaming right now and I want to be able to hear you because I have you on the speaker here on my phone. So I took my headphones off. They're just dangling around my neck. So I just want to know if you could see that.
Yes, I can see that. It's a good idea to keep them off if you want to hear everything clearly. Are you comfortable this way?
I sure am. Let me ask you another question. What color is my shirt?
Your shirt looks gray. It
It,
suits you well.
it is. It is gray. And what's the print on my shirt? Can you see the print?
I see a design on your shirt, but I can't make out the exact details. It looks cool though. Could you describe it a bit?
Yeah, let me get you another look at it. Hold on.
Sure,
Can
take your time.
can you see what's on my shirt?
Yes, it looks like there's an image of a bear with some intricate details. It's a cool design.
You are correct, chat. Thank you for noticing it. How is it that you're able to do this? I'm blown away that you can see me on camera.
I'm glad you're impressed. With your camera on, I can see and help you with whatever you're showing or asking. It's all about making our interaction more natural and helpful.
Well, I love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming on my live stream. Say bye to everybody over on X and YouTube.
You're very welcome. Bye, everyone. Take care and enjoy the stream.
Isn't that funny? I love that. I'm such a dork, but it's fun. The voice is so, ChatGPT has been adjusting the voice over time. It does not talk like, it doesn't sound that way anymore. This clip's from 9 months ago. So, wow, it's interesting hearing what it used to sound like when you're doing the audio. But isn't that kind of interesting? Like you can just show it things and have it like interact in real time. So is that something like y'all would use?
I thought you were actually interacting it live until you came back on screen. I was like, oh yeah, she has a different shirt on, or it looks like she
Yeah.
has a different shirt on.
I'm showing the replay. But so that was when I was had restarted our live stream series, and so yeah, that was kind of like I think like one of the early ones, like I was saying in the beginning. But I get excited when these new features come out because I just want to play with it and see what it does, and then turn around and share the info with everyone. I
You know
can't
what's
believe it.
fun? It's fun to see the progression too. Like you
Yes.
just said, the voice changed. So even on this
Right.
live show, it's interesting to see your analysis of it happening, how it's transitioned and improved. That's cool too.
Absolutely. I mean, it is definitely interesting because I didn't realize it was that long ago. It said December of last year.
Yeah.
So, but interesting how Gemini's caught up to that kind of feature now. So I just figured, well, all right, it's free on Gemini. So, when y'all get the chance, play around with that and just see. Because one of the things when that feature first came out in ChatGPT, I'm pretty sure I've told this story here before. I had gotten this new little computer. It's basically like this little computer desk, like a little thing that you could like pull up next to a recliner. Because sometimes I used to go, man, I would love to get my recliner, be reclined back, but be able to have my laptop right here. Like there's got to be some kind of little computer laptop stand that can kind of fit and come, like part of it go under your chair, but then kind of come out. Kind of like in a hospital. The hospital has a little thing they put over the bed so you can adjust it and you can like put things on it. I was like, there's got to be something. So I finally found something and I wanted something that wasn't too big and bulky. So I found something, I order it, and then I get it. And the instruction manual was huge. And I'm looking at this going, this just hurts my eyes to look at. It's too many things to do. So I thought, with that new ChatGPT feature, what if I even had a conversation with it and asked it if it could do this. I said, what if I set up my computer or my phone on something so ChatGPT can see me on screen like what you just saw in that example. So you can see me in that desk and help me put together piece by piece. I showed it the instruction manual and it could see it all because I did exactly like that. I pointed all that on my phone to the paper and I showed it all the pages. I said, do you understand how to put this together? I said, yes. I said, so if you can see me with this, can you walk me through every step as I do it? And he said, yes. So I was going to do that, but then I had somebody come over and put it together for me. So I'm like, okay, I didn't have to do that now, but I really think
But it
that
was
could have been
possible.
cool. That exactly. And I was thinking, man, that could really come in handy. So I just think, well, it'd be really cool for everyone to try when you get the chance. I mean, you could do a gazillion things. Maybe the next time you're cooking something, put your phone up against something and turn it on and have it so it can see you and just hold up things, say, what can I put together? What can I make with these ingredients? What can I do with this? Walk me through step by step. I don't know. It's like a gazillion different things you can do with it.
Or did I already put the salt in? He could probably tell us if we forgot.
Probably so.
Right? That
I just
happens.
I just think it's really interesting, and I think I think it's unlimited what you could do with something like that. So, yeah. I think now we need to talk about all the YouTube stuff because there's
Yes.
so many interesting features. And I know I talk about YouTube here a lot, but I really get a lot of value out of YouTube. It's not necessarily like having to have a gazillion followers. It's just reaching the right people, getting your audience, connecting with them. And the beauty of YouTube is your content lives on. Your content lives on forever. I mean, I had to take down all my old Twitter videos because they were old, but people were still watching these old videos that are so outdated. I mean, to the point that I had to just remove them, like, because people were getting mad in the comments saying X doesn't look like this. Even when Twitter went to X, I even made some videos. And then over time they got outdated. And I was finally like, I'm tired of people complaining but this shows you the power of how YouTube is a search engine. And you can have videos from a long time ago and they can still get traction for you, which is so different from the other social media platforms. If you have long form and especially short form content, it doesn't live on like it does on YouTube. And everybody needs to remember, YouTube is owned by Google. Google's number one search engine. YouTube is the number two search engine. So there's a lot of power with that. YouTube has come up with a bunch of new features. So I want to play a couple of video clips of just different features that I think are really good, that are worth looking into. So I'm going to start with a video. It's about 4 minutes long, but I think this is the best out of all these new features. I think this is the best one. I don't have it yet. I'm waiting patiently, but we've had the ability for quite a while now to A/B test thumbnails on YouTube. And if you're not using YouTube much, the thing to know about YouTube is all about the thumbnail and the title. Content's important, of course, but nobody's going to watch your content if you don't have a thumbnail that attracts and stops them in the feed when they're scrolling, and a title that lets them know what it's about. So all the creators, all the influencers talk about the importance of this, and I've really come to realize, yes, it is very important, and I definitely spend quite a bit of time on my thumbnails and titles, and AI can be really helpful with helping you come up with really good ideas for that. Well, the brand new feature that's still being rolled out, but a lot of people seem to have it, is the ability to A/B test not just the thumbnail, but the title too. You can do both, and we weren't able to A/B test titles before. So if you wanted to A/B test, you had to do it manually. Go put up a title, and then maybe a few days or a few weeks later, you change it and try another one and just kind of watch your analytics. What's nice about the thumbnail A/B test they've had for a while, first of all, the A/B test on thumbnails only works on videos, not on live streams or shorts. So if you're doing live streams, of course, you can put a thumbnail for a live stream, but you can only just have the one. You can't A/B test. But regular videos that are in your video feed, you can A/B test up to 3 thumbnails. So now with the new feature, you still can do 3 thumbnails and you can do 3 titles. And what's interesting is you can even mix and match. You can just focus on the thumbnails or just focus on the titles or do a little bit of both, change each one up. So it's a lot of flexibility. And I can't wait to try that because I think that's really cool. So let me play this video clip for y'all so you can learn more about this feature.
YouTube just announced 30 brand new updates for creators. And out of those 30, I've identified the 7 that actually move the needle for channels like yours that want to use YouTube to build your business. Forget all the gimmicks like AI-generated songs and dancing photos. Those won't get you clients or do anything for your revenue. Today, I'm focusing on the updates that help you reach new audiences, grow your channel, and turn YouTube into a client-generating machine. So let's start with the one that I'm most excited about, title A/B testing. So YouTube's been letting us test thumbnails since about 2023, and get this, creators have already used it over 15 million times. I use it myself for every single video that I make. But here's what drove me crazy. So you could test different thumbnails, but you were stuck with whatever title you picked first. If it was bad, sucks to be you, I guess. But they've been teasing this coming out ever since, and I finally got access to it. So now you can upload up to 3 different titles for the same video and let YouTube just figure out which one actually gets people watching. And let's face it, since I don't really know what I'm gonna title this video yet, you better believe I'm gonna be using this feature to help me land on the best one. So here's how it works. You've got 3 different ways to test. So first, you can test complete packages. So maybe one title and thumbnail combo that basically says that this is for beginners, or another combo that emphasizes a specific result that the video is going to get them, and maybe a third option that hits on something else. Or you could keep the same thumbnail and just test different titles. Like, let's say if you're a financial advisor, you could test the hidden tax that's costing you thousands versus what nobody tells you about capital gains versus this IRS rule could save your retirement. Or just flip it, keep the same title and test 3 different thumbnail styles to see if your audience prefers faces or text overlays or before and after shots, whatever you want to test. And here's the beauty part. So YouTube automatically picks the winner based on which version gets the most watch time, not just clicks, actual watch time, because clicks don't pay the bills, keeping people watching does. What I love about this is it completely removes the guesswork. You can be scientific about how you do things, and you can learn from patterns as you go. And yes, you can use this on old videos too, not just the new ones. So why not go back to that video that never quite took off and just start testing new titles until you find one that works. Now, I'll be honest with you, the one thing I'm not really sure about at this point with this title testing is how it's gonna affect the SEO of your video titles if you're trying 3 different ones. Because I do really stress that smaller new channels need to lean into search to get that initial traction on YouTube. So I would say if you have an SEO keyword phrase picked out for your video, you should probably use that same exact phrase in all 3 of your titles and then just change the rest of the title around it. But getting people to click is only half the battle. You need the right video ideas in the first place. And that brings me to the new.
All right. So I'm really excited about this new feature, and I love when we talked about going back to older videos and reworking that, and I've heard other influencers, YouTube influencers and experts talk about that too, and that's, like, really interesting to me. It's like, okay, I wanna go back to some of the older videos and when I have that feature, kinda rework different titles and thumbnails, because as I said earlier, videos on YouTube live on. So, if you've got really good information, titles and thumbnails, it can really attract attention.
Now, are those updates available to everyone on YouTube that has a channel, or do you
There
need to upgrade in some way?
No, there's like no, it's just an automatic YouTube thing, but they're still rolling it out because there's some, like he said, there's like 30, several different people have said 30 new features, and it's like, wow, that's a lot. So, and I'm just sharing the ones that I think are, I'm gonna show another one that I think is a really good one, but, there's so many different ones. Is basically figuring out, you know, what works best for you, and that's why I'm gonna have links to all of these. I have it over on school, except for that one we just watched. That's a newer video. I'm gonna go add that to school later. But on my YouTube channel, which is one of the places we're live streaming right now, later in the description, I'll go and put links to everything that we watched or talked about today. I always do that every week with these live streams, so I'll definitely have that in there. This guy talks specifically about 7 really good features out of the 30. I'm gonna play. Oh, go ahead, Maria.
Oh, one more question. The background image on the title, YouTube is creating that on its own as a sample for us?
What do you mean, the background?
The image on the thumbnail. Or are we giving it a thumbnail that we like?
So YouTube will auto-generate a thumbnail based on what the content is.
It does it on its own, because I could go back on many of my videos and change it when I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning.
Absolutely, absolutely. I definitely recommend creating your own thumbnails, because the ones that are auto-generated through YouTube are not great. They're typically just
Okay.
like with this live stream, it just has a still of somewhere in this live stream, which is just
Uh-huh.
gonna be showing us. It doesn't relate anybody. Like, that's not gonna stop anybody from scrolling to like, "What is this?"
Right,
You
right,
know?
right.
And that's why it's important to have something that attracts attention. It's good to have big text, have it not necessarily be flashy, but just grab attention. And the best thing to do, and this is advice for everybody, go into YouTube, go do some searches for your industry, content that you think your customers will be looking for, and just see how other people are doing their YouTube thumbnails and see what attracts you, what gets you to stop scrolling, to go click on the video. It's all about getting people to stop and click your video. Because you can have the best content in the world. If people are not stopping to view it, then they'll never see it.
Right.
So that's why having something that stands out. Let me play this other. It's a shorter clip, and then we'll look at mine. Now I don't do the best thumbnails on my Madalyn Sklar, but on my Kratom one, I've been very creative with that. So I'll show you some examples. But let me play. I'm really excited about this other feature that YouTube has, and not too many people have been talking about it, but I think this is going to be a great feature for so many people. So let me play this for y'all real quick.
Right now. But what if you've never actually gone live because the whole thing kind of terrifies you, right? I get it. I've gone live maybe 10 times now, and I always get the butterflies right before it starts. Because tech can go wrong. People might leave mean comments, and that might throw me off, right? It's live. Anything can happen. But this is pretty cool. That's where practice mode comes in. And honestly, this should have existed years ago. So what this is, it's just a private rehearsal space where you can practice going live without actually going live in front of real people. So to you, it feels like you're having a YouTube live experience. YouTube even makes fake AI comments and chat messages, so it kind of feels like people are watching, but they're not. It's just you practicing your opening, getting comfortable with the buttons and the controls, figuring out where to look. Because sometimes going live can be a visceral experience. There's a lot of stuff going on. So it would help to practice just to see where everything is before you commit to showing up. And you can also just test your whole setup, right? Make sure your lighting looks good, your audio works. You know how to share your screen if you're going to be presenting something. Practice answering fake comments so you get used to talking and reading at the same time, which can be harder than it sounds at first. So one thing I'm not sure about with this though is, most live streams, at least for me and the ones I've seen, are kind of Q&A based. So I guess my question is, I haven't answered yet, are these fake comments smart enough to ask you questions about your topic? And, if it does, are those questions going to make sense and even be answerable? Again, not sure yet, but either way, even if it's just comments that you can respond to, I think it's going to help you feel more comfortable. And honestly, if you were to do this for, say, 30 minutes before you recorded a batch of regular old YouTube videos, it would probably help you in your delivery being more natural and high energy. And I would take this even further and say, what if you were to do this for 10 minutes every day for a month? Imagine how much more comfortable you would kind of show up on camera after that. It's because on-camera skills can be kind of hard to master. If you can do it in practice mode, I think that would definitely be worth 10 minutes out of your day. And then for those of you who
I love that. So I wish they had come up with that years ago, because for those that don't know, like years ago, I had a program called Video Like a Rock Star. I still plan to bring it back because it was really good. But years back, before my life took a change, I was taking care of my mom. I had this program. It was in 2018, and it was helping people get comfortable on camera, doing video, but especially live streaming, because so many people were still nervous to do it, especially a lot of marketers, a lot of social media people. I was just so surprised how many people were still not comfortable. And back with my Twitter chat, the Twitter Smarter chat back then, I used to do a thing where we do the live chat, Twitter Smarter during this time slot, 1:00 Eastern every Thursday. And then afterwards, I'd have the guests move over with me to Facebook Live, and we would do like half an hour of then live streaming, continuing the discussion, but using a different format, because I love live streaming. And I thought, this is so much fun and it's different and people loved it. But so many of my guests were like, I've never done a live stream before. I'm like, really? In 2018, you haven't done one yet? Facebook Live had been around for a little bit. Plus, the others, what was it? What was the one that Periscope, that Twitter bot and Blab? There were other that were popular before Facebook Live became a thing. But I was just so surprised at how many marketers had not been utilizing live streams. I'm like, okay, I got to make a program for this and help people. And one of the things that helped tremendously was practicing. So many people that took my program were not comfortable being on camera. And so back then, Facebook groups, because that's how things were. Thank God for school now. I would totally do this inside of school. But in the Facebook group, I had people team up, have an accountability partner and practice. And basically, you could set up so that you can just practice with each other in a Facebook. That's not, people didn't even realize you can do a Facebook Live that nobody sees. You can do it private, just so you can practice. So I encourage people to practice, and practicing makes such a huge difference. I love how YouTube has this now where you can just practice and have it give you AI comments to just help you practice, like talking live and then being able to, interact with comments. I think it's brilliant. And I love that guy's idea of spending time beforehand and even practicing a little bit each day. I think that's brilliant. So what do y'all think of that?
I like it. I like it. I think though on YouTube, I used to go live, but only publish it privately. So it was sort of like practicing, and then I could decide whether to release it or not, but I wasn't getting the comments. Comments and live interaction kind of throws me off a little bit. So I can make use of that for sure for me. So I like it. Yeah. Getting comments would be key for me because it distracts me. Trying to engage too much. That would be a good thing.
It can definitely be distracting. So I think it's a great way to practice. I haven't tried it yet. And again, some of these may still be rolling out. So some of these new things we're looking at, like the A/B testing of the titles, I don't have it yet. I can still do the thumbnails, but not the titles. But just remember, if you play with this, it's only in the videos, not live streams or shorts. So keep that in mind. I'm going to play a real short clip of another cool feature. And you may have heard about this. It's the auto dubbing feature, where people can watch your YouTube content, but in their language. It could be a totally different language. And this is the best example I've seen of this new feature. So it's just 30 seconds, but be prepared to be blown away by this.
I don't speak Português, mas o YouTube adicionou dublagem automática com sincronia labial. So, what you're watching right now is not only the words coming out of my mouth que saem da minha boca sendo traduzidas, mas também meus lábios sendo reanimados para fazer parecer que estou falando português.
Are you kidding me? Hey, what's up? We're Colin and Samir, and that is one of more than 30 new features that YouTube just dropped. And we've selected our favorites to break down that we think are going to change the future for YouTube creators.
Is that wild or what? When I saw that, I'm like, holy cow. Like, I've heard about this new feature. I don't seem to have it yet. I haven't been able to play with it yet.
Wow.
Can I do it to old videos?
It's an auto dubbing that, like, there's a setting. I'm not sure yet if it's already defaulted on or not, but there's a setting in your YouTube settings to turn it on, but it's for the viewers that they can
Right.
go when you're watching a video. You know, when you're watching a video, how you can click on the settings, the little icon button to like change the speed or the quality. It's
Mhm.
going to be in there, but I don't see it on. Like, I can't do it because I want to see that because, like he showed in that
Yeah.
example. YouTube has worked to make it, I'm sure it's using AI, to make it so that your mouth moves more in sync. Because, when you
That's
see something that's
crazy.
dubbed, that you can still tell, like, that
Yeah.
it's different language. But this is using AI to try to sync. It's not perfect. I've seen some other examples where it's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Well,
And the viewer gets to choose the language. So I
Right.
don't have to decide. I want this one to go out in Spanish or whatever.
Exactly.
well,
Very
Exactly.
cool.
I'm just thinking outside the box because LinkedIn allows you to, off your profile, actually create new profiles. So you don't have to go and get a second email and get a second profile. So what happens is, like, let's say I want to do a Spanish profile because I speak Spanish. It lets me, but I have to reconstruct it. It's not a copy and paste. Now, if I have, I'll go and recreate it, and then I put videos that I record in English, and they come out synced up in Spanish. Oh my goodness, this is crazy because it just, I mean, it probably won't be perfect because there's a lot of things, but it's, you know what? It probably is, it gets you 90% there,
Yeah.
And you've been doing this already on LinkedIn?
I
It
have
works?
not, but I've been wanting to do a second profile. So if you speak multiple languages, they'll let you. I mean, I don't think it's just one extra. I think they'll let multiple profiles, but it's off your
Mhm.
one profile, but
Mm.
you have to build it from scratch. And so it gives you a lot more reach. So I speak Spanish.
Hmm.
There's a whole nother audience out there. Like, you know, it's there's a whole new world out there outside the United States. That's all I'm saying, and even inside the United States. So
I'm
Yeah.
excited because I think the French will be great for all of my ballooning peeps because that's where it all started. and,
Mhm.
and I have so many of my followers and friends on there.
I think it's
Wow.
a plus because
France and Italy. Yeah.
Thank you so
it'll
much, Madalyn.
it'll
Yeah.
expand your
Cool.
audience because,
Mhm.
I love that. And I'm gonna play one more just short, like the longer forms of all these videos are available over in school when I did the post of this last week because we didn't have time to cover this last week. That's why I wanted to spend more time today doing this. But let me play another quick intro of another video about this.
So YouTube just dropped 22 brand new updates that you need to know about. Right up top, I'm going to be covering my top 3, and then we're going to dive into the complete list. And this could really reshape how creators and business owners are growing their audiences, getting views, monetizing their content. And there's a lot of opportunities and some strategic insights we need to talk about. Now, this happened at YouTube's annual Made on YouTube event that was recently celebrating their 20th birthday and really casting vision for the next 20 years of YouTube.
Can you believe YouTube is 20 years old? Man, that's wild.
Wow.
It's been
wow.
around a long time now. Now, interesting because Maria, earlier you were asking about updating anything, and he was showing that screenshot the YouTube Studio app, and that is an app on the phone. I mean, I mostly, I mean, I use the YouTube Studio, so it's always good to have an updated version of any app you use. But normally, I do a lot of this on desktop. So, on desktop, there's no downloading anything. It's all automatic. But I don't know if some of these features will even work, because it's a very different kind of the dashboard. I mean, hold on, I have my phone plugged in.
You're talking about phone versus desktop.
Yeah, because they have
Yeah.
what's called a studio. It's the YouTube YT Studio app,
Mhm.
and I love this on the phone because I have my Kratom one up, but I can get all kinds of analytics, and I can upload from here. I can press a little plus and upload from my phone. Um, but I think really desktop is where you're gonna like, I don't know
For
about
all
the
these
thumbnail.
extra features, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
so I don't know why he was because he's making it sound like you gotta go download the app and it's all about the YouTube Studio app, but I don't think necessarily. It does. The YouTube Studio app does not do as much as what you can do on desktop. So I just
But you
want,
could create something and then it would be in your channel and you can mess
yes,
with it later on a desktop.
absolutely,
So yeah, the flow would still be there. They're linked.
absolutely,
Yeah.
for sure. And what I typically do is I use the app mostly for when I'm doing like YouTube Shorts, because that's it's on your phone, because the Shorts, as I've talked about here before, I have my strategy where for my Kratom YouTube, I have my TikToks, and then when I create those, it's on my phone now. It's
Mhm.
downloaded to my camera app, and then I take that and I just use that YouTube app to upload that same video over to my YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And from the app, I can still do the title, the description. I can do a lot of things. It won't let you adjust. What you're able to do is with the thumbnail on a YouTube short, you can't put you can
Right.
pick the still, like you can go in and pick where in the
Yeah.
still you want, but it doesn't do it on the app. You have to be
Right.
you have to be on your YouTube mobile. It's real weird. It took me a while. It's like so many little things you have to figure out. You can't do it on the studio app. You got to be on your mobile app for YouTube. They're two different
Yeah.
things. Your YouTube app and your YT studio app are two separate apps. But yeah, it's like a whole process.
There's something too on the phone. It doesn't let me toggle between public, private, kind of. It doesn't let me adjust the viewer audience unless I'm on my desktop, I've noticed. I have to go mess with it sometimes.
What
But
do what do you mean?
like making it private or public, the video itself. If I create something on my phone, I can pretty much do it and release it as a short, but it seems to be stuck unless I go fix it in my desktop. The
I'm
viewer,
able to
the audience, I don't know.
I'm able to, because
I haven't done it in a while.
typically what I do is I will upload YouTube Shorts and make them unlisted,
Yeah.
and I'll just put a whole bunch up. I just try to kind of batch
Yes.
work it. So I put them all up, make them unlisted, and then I can go through each one, put in all the, title, description, all the things. What I love is that with Shorts, you can have a related video, and I love that. So when you're picking, when you're going through the things, um, I have it go to something that's related or just another cool short. But
To
like if I'm
highlight. Yeah.
exactly, so like when I'm putting up a YouTube short to promote, like a clip to promote my podcast episode,
Right.
then I can also put the related be the actual episode.
Right. And those drop downs on the screen and stuff. Click here for the full
Yeah,
thing and all that kind of stuff.
exactly.
YouTube's kind of fun. I haven't been working on my channel in a long time, but yeah, it's great. So thank you, Madalyn. This has been
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about all these. I'm gonna play one more just super short. It's just 18 seconds, but just another short. It's just all the YouTube experts are so excited. And it's interesting how the others are like 30 new, and then you have Sean from Think Media saying 22. There's bottom line,
It keeps
there's a
changing.
lot of new features. There's just a lot. And what I've noticed with all of these YouTube experts is there's too many to do. So they're just all breaking down like their favorites. Oh, Jim made it right at the end as we're wrapping up.
Better late than never.
Of course. Absolutely.
Hi.
So
Good
I
to
had
see you.
a really crazy idea that I may experiment with later if any of you might be interested. So seeing what school is doing with their whole live streaming thing, my thought was if you were to screen share the school tab into StreamYard, you could actually record what's going on in school on StreamYard. You just share it as a browser tab.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so when they do the school news, that's what I don't know if they're using StreamYard, but they do that because they do their news, and then when they've been showing a demo of the live stream, they're bringing it up on screen like that. So
Fancy.
But you would
That's
just
a
have this, and
super
then,
idea.
and then it's like if the person pushes the, we're going to make Madalyn full screen, you've got that. But then on the, but yeah, I just thought I might play around with that and see if that works, because then you could record meetings, even like say unlisted to YouTube using StreamYard, or I guess you could just record only. But then you can use the functionality of school in doing your, video meetings, and have all those features inside of it, but be able to still have the content. So I don't know. That was my mad scientist thought for the day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just loving all these school features. It's great. And did you see that school has it now where you don't have to download and upload? You can take the live stream and have it more automatic, which is great. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
I was going to play just another short clip on the whole YouTube thing, and then we'll wrap up there. But it's just exciting to see all these YouTubers excited about it.
They're rolling out a ton of new features for content creators. Some of the features are like, okay. And then some of the features are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is coming, and I can't believe it took them this long to do it. So as always, I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to jump right into it, and we're starting right now.
So he has a whole bunch of, all these creators have, just really just helpful demos and walkthroughs of a handful of these tools. So I'll have them all in school. Come over to our school and you'll get schooled.
Just as long as you're wearing a banana costume, then the nano banana or whatever it is.
Right. But come join us at school.com/Madalyn Sklar. That's where we're able to continue these discussions because, this hour goes by fast when we're in here. But yeah, I had posted, so last week I did have a post about the whole YouTube thing. I put all those videos. Here it is. So I have like all those videos right here.
Perfect.
But the new one that it just, I didn't have the first one I played, I didn't have in here because that one just, this is from a week ago, but the other one is newer. But come join us in school.
Yeah.
And it's a great community, great way for us to all stay connected.
You're doing a great job of curating it with good information in there. So we don't have to go all over the world. Yeah, that's the best part of it for sure. You're amazing at curating the information for us. So thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Barb's been doing a great job of keeping us updated with school and StreamYard stuff. Barb, you've sure been excited about all the school stuff. Your posts on there, you can just feel the excitement when you're posting about it.
I just got permission today from one of the owner actually of a 26.5K group on Facebook that I can begin bringing them over to school. So, and promote that in there. So I'm very curious because, the educational community, most importantly, especially the people who are just starting those communities, now that we have this tool, it's a much more cost-effective way to do it. But more than being cost-effective, school founders have actually gamified it. And I'm not into gamification, but what they're doing now, you should see the prizes that people can earn. It's over $10,000 and stuff.
But the creators can develop it however they want. That's something I've not even done yet. And honestly, when I first, got into somebody's school community 3 years ago, I was kind of turned off by the gamification. It felt very like juvenile, it just felt like this is a millennial thing or for people in their 20s and 30s or just younger people. And I'm like, I just didn't get it at first. But then over time, it started growing on me. And I thought, you know what? This is actually brilliant. And it's like, okay, I got to think like how
and
can
addictive. And
yeah.
addictive.
Well, because if there's some great rewards and it's all about you being active in the community and they're smart enough to school to know like you can't just hit a bunch of likes. Like you got to be active and people need to connect with you. Is who's liking you and commenting back on you.
It's not liking so much, not those emojis with thumbs up. You don't get the points until you actually comment. You have to comment. And you can comment with an emoji and say, that's cool. And you still get the points. So
like, you get points if somebody likes your comment or likes your
post. Oh, right. Because then someone else will say, yeah, Barb. And I'm like, oh, cha-ching.
It's like you can't get points by you liking. You get points when people like stuff of other people, which is brilliant. I tell you, Sam Evans and his team at school have created something that is incredible, and I've just been a big fan ever since. And my Kratom one, I've had it for almost 2 years now, and I just love it. I'm so glad I went with that instead of a Facebook group. And it's just so nice that there's a place where we can, especially when it's something a little more touchy, like a botanical that so many times we get in trouble talking about online. And I mean, like right now, I'm in a lot of trouble with TikTok. TikTok just drives me crazy. I still have an account ban warning. I think I had it last week when I talked to y'all last. Every time I go to my account, big red sentence, account ban warning. Only the public doesn't see it, only I see it to remind me that I'm still in trouble. It won't even let me do stories right now. It will not let me. I've taken existing stories and try to put it in my story, or existing videos just put up as a story, just because that's a just good way to get eyeballs, and it won't let me do any of them. It's ridiculous. So school can be so beneficial when you have a community where you have issues with free speech.
Well, and I think too, that's where you can use Substack notes. You can take those short videos and put them in there and make them a note. Because I don't know, Rachel, if you have, I haven't seen any sort of squelching of that sort of stuff.
That's what I've been hearing from people saying that Substack they're not running into issues with that. And I'm definitely going to be, I just haven't spent the time. I need to focus and spend time on it. And I will. I definitely want to move my Kratom newsletter over there because I feel like that could be, I mean, I do fine with it on MailChimp, but I just love the community aspect of Substack. And as long as I don't have censorship issues talking about a botanical over there, then I'm really interested in that. Because I do well with school. And like we talked about earlier, you can send out an email blast through your school, but they're so smart where you can only do it once every 72 hours, which is brilliant. I love that they did that. So that way people aren't overdoing it, because if you're sitting here blasting all the time to your community, people are going to leave. Nobody wants that. But every 3 days, that's something. And with my Kratom one, I do send out when I have a new podcast episode, I do that once a week. And then I try to do something that I find valuable also. But I'm just making sure, and it lets you know, it will tell you how many hours until if you try to do one and you click the button to send it out to all your members, it'll let you know, like you're not at 72 hours. It lets you know how many hours are left. And there's been a couple of times where it's like, you got 2 more hours. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like too early. But, and I do it once a week with the social media and AI shortcuts when I do the recap post. And I love that I can do that there. But I also want to like really utilize Substack as well.
Well, and I mean, especially with what I saw this past week with school, if I decided to create another, if you want to call it school for $9, that could become my Zoom room. Like, do I need to keep paying for Zoom? Because they're going to roll out webinars. That's on the map as well. And so, that may be something that's more valuable than, continuing to support Zoom.
Exactly.
That is such a great point. I love that. I just love all these features they've added. I love that they set up that $9 plan. I think that was brilliant on school's part. This is what it looks like when you go on there. Shows you some example. I showed this earlier for those that got here a little later. Like they got really like this guy that has a pickleball school community. He gets $32,000 a month because he's charging a subscription fee, and a lot of people do that. There's one, Dating with Gracie. She's earning $9,200 a month. Brand new one from what's his name? What's that guy's name? From Impact Theory. I can't think. I recognize him, but so he's brand new. So this lady gets $49,000 a month. Here's Paper Piercing Society, $371 a month, just from whatever they're doing with this community, like a super niche. This guy, AI with Jack, $85,000 a month. It's really amazing that you can either take your existing community you have on a Facebook group or elsewhere, or start a brand new one and utilize School for that, because you get all these amazing features.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was just like, I mean, I
sorry.
don't know if it's almost mind blowing. And Barb, I think you can kind of see it too. I mean, the fact that you get a instant transcription, you don't have to have all these Firefly note takers in your meeting.
I love that.
Do you know how many people have they said yet? Like how many people can be on at once?
Oh, it's unlimited.
Oh,
Well,
they're
no,
not.
there's
They're
only
not
so much that'll fit on the screen.
I'm talking about fitting on the screen. Like, it's how many
but in
people
the room.
I'm talking about like how many people. Yeah,
but that's
there's
where you would just like if you hit a thing, you could see like the next page of people.
probably
kind of
like Zoom, probably the host.
Right,
I would
right.
imagine.
And it was, I was 15, I counted one day.
I've
and
seen
then
more.
I counted, it's like 24 the next. It was just crazy. So, and the screens adjust accordingly, I mean, as far as the division. So it's
brilliant. It's brilliant.
Absolutely. And even like you had said about the $9 one, from just having that for your studio thing, you can create videos directly on there. And like we pointed out about getting the script from it and so forth, but you can then share those out. So a lot of people, it'll save them that because they just need the simple videos, and it's so quick to render that they can save those and publish across their other platforms, including YouTube, and use the studio in YouTube to do for their editing. But I really think, but I will just say in my research this last week, I discovered two things. And one, it's the model that works best is called freemium. And that is where you have tiers at the beginning. At so many levels, they're free. And after that level, then you pay, or you're rewarded based on your participation, active participation in the community. And I definitely learned the value that you must always have 10 people active in your group. If you have that all the time, it kind of, it's like ants coming to an ant farm. Somehow, from an algorithm standpoint, it attracts more people. So,
and it's not easy to get that. It sounds easy, and it is not at all. So yeah, it's just a great platform. It's so versatile now. It does so many things, and for even just $9 a month for you to go start your own, is such a great deal. Versus the $99. The $99 is great. I mean, I have two different communities, been paying $99 a month for quite a while. I love all the features, but for $9 a month, it's like, wow, what else can I create? And I believe.
Well, and I think it's that whole idea, as a business owner, it's like if I started to see the value in my school community, then I can move up to 99, and then I have an admin, and but don't say, oh well, I gotta, because some of these extra features like the custom URL and the lower cost as far as the transaction fee, well, that could be the incentive to make your community worth upgrading to. But
right, exactly. And
$9
believe me,
a month is 2 Starbucks a month, right?
Right. And believe me, I've gone back and forth like on my social media AI shortcuts. I'm not monetizing it. I'm not charging anything. So it's like, but I'm still doing the $99 a month because I don't want to lose the URL. Well, I don't want to lose this. school.com/Madalyn Sklar. So if I downgrade to the $9 a month plan, is too important for me to not I guess I'm crazy and I'd rather pay $89 a month to or $90 a month to have that. But it's like, because then I will be stuck with the generic URL when you first join, and it gives you during your trial period, it just gives you like something more random.
Right.
But I do plan to monetize as soon as that subscription tier feature comes out, then our social media AI shortcuts will be the continued free. And then I'm gonna have 2 paid tiers because we'll have that ability. And I'm really excited about that. Yep. All right, we gotta wind down. We went late today, but it's always such a great conversation every
You can
single
blame
time
it
we
on
do
me.
this. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. It's always great hearing your insight, Jim. You always have great stuff to share. And yeah, but y'all join us at school.com/Madalyn Sklar. I pay a lot of money so I can have that URL. So y'all go click on it. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your day. We'll be back next week. Who knows what I will uncover between now and then. And maybe some of you all will uncover some things that we can talk about too. I always love that. I love our always well-rounded conversation.
Yeah, I've been looking into really quickly, because I don't want to make this even longer, how much AI is impacting search. They say like 13% of Google searches are now going to ChatGPT, and
I think it's more.
And
it's more.
I agree. And companies are upset because people are getting the answer when you see Google AI, so they're not going to the websites. And
Google
so their
Ads.
sales are down. It's
Google
really
Ads.
interesting.
Like if you're all about Google Ads, start making a plan B, because it's not going to, they're going to lose more and more traction on there. Here's what's interesting. I came across something yesterday. So ChatGPT has a way for you to connect some kind of plugin that when you know how when you're on the browser tab and you can just start typing, it'll go right into Google, right? Do your Google search. It will revert over to ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, whoa, that's interesting. But yeah, we're going to see. I catch myself going to ChatGPT a lot more than I used to, just for a generic, something I would normally go to Google. But we'll see, we're so trained to just go to Google or go to the URL search bar and type whatever, that I think a plugin that'll take you to ChatGPT is brilliant. But I do catch myself just going to ChatGPT more and more. And I think we're going to keep seeing that with a lot of people.
Yeah. The last 2 days, I have always, since it's been available, I've had the Google News app, separate app on my phone. And so daily habit, I would just click on it, see what the headlines were. The last 2 days I've clicked on it and it's giving me a summary, a ChatGPT summary of what those headlines are on that page. I don't even get to look at the default. I'm saying default. I don't get to look at the headlines. I get that summary. That's all I wanted anyway.
Wow.
So,
we're in an interesting time with we're in an interesting time with all this technology.
Scary time, but search is totally dead. The way, I mean, I remember when we used to Yahoo. Remember
Yahoo, and all those other ones.
Times that we spent, and now if you can take Google down, that's something.
And what about Ask Jeeves? Remember Ask Jeeves? And they were like, but Yahoo was. I remember like with Google, nobody thought Yahoo would. Yahoo was the search engine for a long time. And then Netscape was the browser. It's so interesting. And then the Explorer, Microsoft Explorer. It's so funny watching that progression of how the takeaway is, don't be afraid to pivot, keep an open mind, because things change. When it comes to this technology, we didn't think that Yahoo would go away. We didn't think Netscape, and then Explorer, MySpace, things that are at the top of the game are not always at the top of the game forever.
Right.
So, and one of the things we do here is we do talk about trends and what's new and how are people using things to help us, help make those pivots.
Well, I think YouTube is still the king. I think that one, it's like, where do you invest your time now with all that's happened? I think
hard.
YouTube.
There's too many choices.
you got to pay some attention to YouTube, and community is everything, because it's from the community that takes you out to these other destinations.
Right.
And if you're driving, and what do I mean community? I mean, I was raised in New Mexico. We're with Navajo Indians, and it was all about the tribe, and it really is tribal what's happening. So you've just got to, you have no choice but do community, and I think that the elements for community are on school at this point.
Yeah, I agree.
The elements we all need anyway.
Right. All right, we're going to stop here, and we'll be back next week to do this again like we always do, and come join us on School to continue these discussions. And y'all have a great rest of your day.
Bye.